Horns up and welcome to a very special episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. Why is it special? Well, many of you who follow the channel know that I am a coffee drinker and I start my day with a cup of black coffee with 1 drop of stevia. But today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a keto masala chai. Oh yeah, this is a delicious chai or tea flavored with ginger and cardamom, and it's going to be delicious. Now, I must be really honest guys, I am not a fan of tea, and especially not the kind of tea you get in India, which is basically half milk and half tea and it's got bucketfuls of sugar in it. I don't really like it at all. But you guys who watch the show constantly send me messages saying, how can I have my tea on keto? I like to drink coffee with milk, or I like drinking tea with milk, and I don't know how to get around this. And even though I have given you guys solutions over and over again, people still ask the same question. So I said enough is enough. I'm going to make a kick-ass keto masala chai today, and then that should solve all your problems. And you can also make this recipe bulletproof, because it's not a bulletproof chai, it is a regular chai like what you would make with milk and sugar, but just made keto. I personally don't drink any bulletproof drinks, and if you click here on the I button, you will see my video for bulletproof coffee where you can see my reaction, and have also done a video on why you may or may not need to drink bulletproof coffee or tea. And again, I'll link it up here in this I button thing, and you can check that video out. And finally, before we get on to cooking, I just have to say one thing to my dear American friends. Can we please stop saying chai, tea, latte? That is the most ridiculous thing you can do. What is a chai, tea, latte? That's like saying I'll have a coffee cappuccino. So let's all resolve to drop the term chai, tea, and especially that latte. I don't think the Italians are happy about that at all. Anyway, enough jibber jabber, let's get cooking. Or brewing rather. Because we brew tea, we don't cook it. So the first thing I'm going to do is take some ginger. I don't need a lot of it, just a small piece of ginger. And I'm going to use a spoon to peel off the skin of the ginger. This is a handy little tip on how to clean ginger very quickly. Anyway, once that's done, I'm going to use my knife and just chop up the ginger. You can alternatively pound it in a mortar and pestle, that works as well. Once that's done, I'm going to take some cardamom pods and I'm just going to cut them with my knife. You can also squash them with the blade of your knife. Basically, you just want to open up the pod so that it gets into the tea, the flavor. The next thing I'm going to do is get a saucepan of water on the stove, and I'm going to put it on a low heat. And I'm going to put in the ginger and the cardamom, and you're just going to let this slowly warm up and heat up and come to a boil. This might take a bit of time, but that's okay, because you want the flavors of ginger and cardamom to really infuse into the tea. Anyway, sit back, relax, and let that come up to a boil. Once it comes to a rolling boil, that's the time you're going to add in your tea to this. And I'm just using what we call chai patti. This is a regular generic black tea. You can obviously use whatever tea you like, but black tea is what makes it chai, I guess. Something like that. Now you just want to let that boil for a minute or so, and don't worry about over boiling this, because this is just how Indians like to brew their tea. They let it boil and boil and boil and boil. Anyway, to that I'm going to add my sweetener. I'm going to be using Sucrin Gold, but you can use any sweetener that you like. Mix the sweetener in well with everything and let it continue to boil. Now, of course, if you like a lighter tea, don't boil it for too long. If you want a stronger, more kadak chai, which is what we call a darker, more bitter tea, then let it boil for infinity. Well, not for infinity, but for a much longer period of time. Anyway, what I'm finally going to do is I'm going to turn off the stove. I'm going to pour in some heavy whipping cream. That's what is going to replace the milk in chai. So pour that heavy whipping cream in, give everything a good stir, and then you're going to cover it with the lid and let everything infuse for a minute or two. Once that's done, you're going to pour it out into your cup using a strainer to make sure none of the tea leaves or the ginger or the cardamom gets into it. And that's it, my friends. Your keto masala chai is ready. Now, was that simple or was that simple? Anyway, enough jibber jabber, time to taste. Alright folks, so it's time to taste our Keto Masala chai or Keto Masala tea. Not the Keto Masala chai tea latte. Yeah, let's get that out of the way. Anyway, let me taste. It's tea. If you like Indian chai, if you like the Indian style of making tea, you like this. I mean, there is the hit of ginger, you get a bit of that cardamom, and of course you get the creaminess or the milkiness from the cream, and you get the sweetness from your sweetener. And it's good. I definitely think all my viewers who have been missing their chai on keto and who don't want to be drinking tea with 2 tablespoons of butter and MCT oil, this is a fabulous little alternative. And I'm going to put the written recipe, the macros, all the details about the sweetener, etc., on headbangerskitchen.com. That's where you can go to get all the information. Anyway, enough jibber jabber. Make the tea, let me know what you think of it, and I will see you on the next episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. Cheers and keep ketoing. Refreshing.